Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Real Vets podcast. I was digging through my stuff and found my old comp set. Tony, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm liking the air traffic control scene. I mean, way
Right?
to
I'm
come
bringing
back
it
on the
back.
scene.
You know,
Well, how are we going to
I don't
land
even
this
know,
fighter jet today, huh?
right? I can't hear myself with these on because they're ear defenders too.
No?
So I don't even know how I got these, like how I kept these out again. I
Does
don't
that
even
does
know.
that mean your guy? Does that mean your guys' 3M lawsuits went out the window because you had those?
Yeah, probably. I just left it in chaos. We're missing a
Yeah.
comp set. I don't know. I
Oh,
have no idea.
yeah. Oh man. So, yeah, super glad to be here, man. It's been a little bit since our last recording, so I'd just love to get on there and hit the big thing today. What everybody's talking about, May 1st, man. We've all been waiting for this day. The appraisals. The appraisals have finally caught an update.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember it was 3 years ago. Congress had basically put something out where they were like, "Hey, you guys got to get these appraisals fixed. Like, we got to get this system looking a little better, right? So veterans are getting, fair treatment out there. Because
Yeah.
essentially what happens is veterans get discriminated against on appraisals, right? Like, I mean, there's no way around it.
Yeah, people when they hear, oh, my clients are approved with a VA loan, they're like, oh, that's got a bunch of requirements that could make this more difficult than a regular deal, which is a big misconception.
Big.
Um, but an update like this coming out can be very helpful. But what are some of the ads my phone? What were some of the big things that are changing?
Was that Chewbacca?
Yeah,
I love it. Star Wars.
I didn't know if that came through the microphone or not, but
It did. It did. I love it. My wife can actually do a great Chewbacca impression. It's pretty amazing. I think
if that's what you're into,
the,
man, if that's what you're into.
I think the one of the ones that let's talk about the one that came back, right? Because some loan officers are saying that, hey, VA appraisals are now allowing rushes, right? Well, this was actually this has been gone for a few years, right? When I first came into the business, you could rush a VA appraisal, right? And then somewhere along the line, they took it away. I don't know the whole depth of when or why, but they took the rush away, and it was a fee that could not be charged to the veteran, right? The lender had to pay for the rush. And so now rush appraisals are back, which is, I mean, just that's the easy one to kick off to start with, right? So
Does that cost a lot? Because I know typically like a VA appraisal, or just as it sits, is around $800, somewhere around there.
Yeah, 850. It was 100. It was $150 before. Didn't see the price quote on it yet, so I'm sure I'll be seeing it maybe seeing it real soon. I mean, that kind of leads us right into the next thing. All the counties got new timelines, right? So Washington State, effectively, if you're not in one of the counties listed on the VA, is now 13 days. There is several outlying counties, Grays Harbor, Walla Walla, kind of our more rural counties that are going to still be 14 days. But and the mass majority of what I would say is veteran and military population from Snohomish County, all up down I-5, all down through your area, your neck of the woods, all out that way is between 8 or 10 days. So you guys out there are 10 days. Up here in like Pierce County, we're 8 days now on
just as a regular one or as a rush.
Regular one.
A regular one. Wow. So we get a rush.
So we get the rush and we get shortened timelines. Like, let's go. And if you think about it, it's business days, right? So what's happening? We're saying, hey, we can close a loan in 30 days. And we typically don't like to order the appraisal until about 3 to 5 days into the transaction, right? So if you're 3 to 5 days into the transaction for an inspection to get the inspection response, so you don't have an appraiser showing up there when you haven't even decided if the house is a dud or not, and then you got 14 business days, which technically is about 21 days, not including holidays, right? So now you're 26 days into this transaction, and so hopefully nothing at the end of it comes up because you got 4 days left to get everything closed. according to your timeline, your normal 30-day VA timeline. I think that's why
this could
a
really
lot of
loosen
banks
it
still
up.
go with yeah. I mean, it just creates opportunity to get things done faster. I think it's always been kind of a wild concept to me that they had so much time to do these appraisals. It just seemed like kind of dragged out, and not comparatively so. Like, I think the job is easier or tougher or whatever. But the flip side of that is I was watching conventional and FHA appraisals be done a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that's what I've been seeing. Like, I mean, as a veteran who wants to fight for veterans, I couldn't just. I know that we want to say the VA loan is the best. We want to say that, but as a veteran who advocates for veterans, I know it's the best loan, but I still think we got to create awareness things around the things that needed to change. And 14 business days was something that needed to change.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. So now we're going to see these things coming back. I mean, it's just getting right in line with the timeline that FHA and conventional have on those appraisals. And it's not guaranteed on those either on being that fast. But I mean, for the most part, I think now we've got 3 hares running instead of 2 hares and a turtle, so it'll be good.
I mean, that's awesome because usually, we get through inspection and everything, and then we just sit and we wait.
Yeah, sit.
We just wait for appraisal. And then once appraisal's done, it doesn't take long to get clear to close and everything.
Well, and let me tell you what I want next. Here's what I want next. I want a notification, because we get it sometimes. With good appraisers, I'd say we get it for sure. I want a notification system that's emailing me when the appraisal is scheduled, the ETA time of when it's going to be inspected, and the ETA time of when the appraisal is going to be returned. So that way, throughout the entire transaction, everybody is well informed about how everything's going to go. Mm-hmm. Right. And we don't necessarily get that kind of communication. Part of the law changes from 2008 because of all the scheming that was going on around appraisals and buffing them up or whatever they were doing back then. Mm-hmm. They cut communication between lenders and appraisers, right? They're third party. There's a reason they're third party, right? We push a button and order it through the VA. So they cut that communication. Well, they cut the communication, but didn't keep enough communication to keep everybody informed of the transaction. So sometimes
there should be like some sort of a dashboard that they can go into and update what's going on, where everybody can just see it, but you're not actually communicating with them.
And they have one. They have a dashboard and they do update it. It's just not, and I don't think it's something wrong with the appraisers either. Like, I think it's out of date, right? My guess is it takes them as long as it takes me to log into the VA system to get to go see that's part of the site. It probably takes them even longer to go in there, put the note, get everybody updated, right? So, and I'm sure it's just not like the system. Like, I've ordered appraisals. It's not like the greatest platform, I mean, it works, but it's not high speed, it's slow drag for sure. Like what I did there. So
speed, low drag.
High speed, low drag. Yep.
As well as the schedule changes for how long it takes for the VA loan to get the appraisal to get turned in. I heard something about outbuildings no longer being a part of the appraisals, or no longer being called out for issues. What's going on with that?
Oh, like sheds, pole barns. What's really the one that really gets my goat every time is those stupid lawnmower sheds. The stupid lawn sheds. I'm like, dude, who cares what kind of shape that thing is? You know what I mean? If it's standing, it's good. I mean, I guess if you lean on it and it falls over, that could be dangerous.
Yeah, at that point, you shouldn't be giving it any value in the first place.
Yeah, and that's just it. It can't be dangerous. That's basically what they're boiling down to. So, like, if it's got like metal siding on it, and there's half the siding's missing, and there's one about 10 feet up, flapping off, about ready to fall off itself, They might say something about that. My guess, what you'll have to do is just go ahead and climb up the ladder and pull that piece down so it's no longer flapping. This sharp metal knife says ready to drop on someone's head, but
yeah,
trying to be real dramatic there so you get a vivid picture of like what they're looking for. That's how I read this. You know, so
that's nice because we've had a few, just you and me like that have like called out for the roof on something else.
Yeah, man, I had a chicken coop called out. You believe that?
I mean, this was it the roof on it or something?
It was I think it was the siding. I'm pretty sure it was the siding, if I remember right. The siding was needed to get all fixed up, but it's it's done. We don't have to talk about it more. There's definitely no consistency, and it leads me right into the last one to talk about today, and that's the peeling paint, right? So peeling paint now pre-1978 just got a lot more lax. Now I will say that there's definitely not, from what I've read so far, not a lot of like exact guidance. So it seems like it's going to be an opinionated gray area. You know, exposed wood, you know, too much exposed wood obviously is still going to bring some kind of concerns, you know, but I mean, I've had one where, so I closed on my buddy's house. My buddy Scotty, he won't mind if I say his name on here. My buddy Scotty. So I closed on his house. That was a fun loan. He was great. And he was like, and he bought this house knowing that like he wanted to do work to it, right? He'd actually just got done doing some work on a flip for me. So he was excited to get into this house and work on it, right? So he closes, I go drive over to his house. I come to check it out, and I come to the sun side of the house. And when I walk around that corner, I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this didn't get called out. The dang house was furry. It was furry. That's how bad the paint was chipping. You know, like you could run your fingers through a tear. No, nothing. The whole wall. Not even a section. The whole wall. Because it was all the sun side of the house. Now he was stoked it didn't get called out, right? Like he didn't want it to get called out. But that just goes to show, like, it just created this, like, for me, even in my business, I was like, guys, I really can't, like, you'll ask me sometimes, hey, will this get called out? And the truth is, legally, yes, it should. Legally, yes. Will it? I guess it depends on the opinion of the appraiser, not black and white guidelines. Now, I side more with the appraisers on this, and that have that opinion, like, hey, this house is worth this value. The bank's not going to lose their money on it. You know, like, some of it seems really tedious to me, you know, as far as what the lender actually cares about, because what they care about is having a viable product to sell if you foreclose on the home. Right, I would think, right? But typically you foreclose, let's get into reality here. If someone's foreclosing, that house might not be in the best of condition. We've dealt with those too, right? So
yeah, we've had a rash of those lately.
Had nothing to do with how they bought it.
No, it had to do with the person and how they took care of it, and just and you almost wonder if that mentality is what got them into the foreclosure in the first place.
Yeah. So it's a great one. I'm excited about all these changes. The more lax they get, the closer we get to being the best all-around loan out there. The VA is the best all-around loan. We have the highest close rate, right? VAs have the lowest denial rate, highest close rate, right? As far as any loan. So when someone says, oh, it won't close, that's not true. Well, it's got more issues with appraisal. Well, we got a new change today. It's even less now, you know, and you and I have figured out ways to get the property to work to meet MPRs, minimum property requirements, in ways that the VA accepts, you know. So,
you know, one of the big things is knowing these rules when you go look at the home or during an inspection, because you can mitigate a lot of this stuff before the appraiser even gets out there. Like, if you know that window's cracked, there's absolutely no way he's not going to call that cracked window. Like, we just know. I mean, like, I've never seen a cracked window not get called out, unless it was like a little crack in the corner they missed or something like that. And you and me, we've dealt with that. We've been like, hey, we need to get this done, and we need to get it done before appraisal. That way it doesn't get delayed, and we're paying for a reinspect and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, $150 for a reinspect or $75 to fix the window before it gets there. You know, it's like, you know, especially if we do it ourselves.
Yeah, we've done that too. We've done that.
Oh yeah. You know, I mean, just get it done. Why waste the money unless we are doing 100 loans, which just isn't the case right now. You know, so
yeah, plexiglass is our best friend.
Plexiglass is our best friend. More inside scoop later, not on public. You got the game show music recording. Dun, 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 dun.
No,
real or
really
real?
Cool. Real. Are
you ready?
Real?
Real or real? And our game show today is Tyson. He is going to be answering whether or not it's real or real. Right? All right. Okay. So question number 1. A broken shed could ruin your VA loan.
It used to, but it still could now. It still could now if it's really bad. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's at the appraiser's discretion still. That's
kind of like a really. Like, it's a really, because we really don't have a clear answer on it.
Yeah. I mean, like, as you said, if it's close to falling over or has something jagged hanging off of it that's a safety concern, it's still up for grabs if an appraiser wants to call it out. But if it's just there and it's just a little drabby, but it's not hurting anybody, then they're supposed to leave it alone, right?
So, and what's your answer then? Is it real or real?
Real.
Real?
Real.
I would say yes. I mean, it's obvious, right? Like, if it's obvious, it's going to be obvious to not somebody that's professionally in the industry, right? So you don't have to be in the industry to know, hey, this is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So at least it won't ruin your VA loan anymore, you know, because you're going to know. Yeah, you're going to be like, dude, I'm just going to go ahead and grab my shovel and kick that thing over real quick. But all right, question number 2. VA appraisals guarantee a perfect house.
No.
Absolutely not.
It's not real or real. It's no.
It's no. If you thought that, absolutely not. And if you thought that, we need to talk after the show.
Right. Not happening.
It's call us. So I'm sure our numbers will be running across the banner for you, all that stuff. If you need to talk about that, let us know. All right. So number 3, VA loans are harder to close.
False.
Real.
That's
a real. They're a lot less harder now.
Yeah. And they weren't really hard before anyways, but
no, they weren't hard to close. Just extra stuff. A little bit of extra stuff.
Just extra steps, and that's where the experience. That's where the experience kicks in to make it not a hassle.
Right. I mean, for the guy who doesn't close with veterans, close VA loans or do VA purchase transactions, I think it is a lot extra for him because there's just little unique stuff that you have to know how to deal with. I mean, there's some VA documents that have to be done, like with a twice moved man home, or there's just different things that if you haven't done them, even on our end. So VA loans use what's called a residual income calculation. You don't do that for FHA or conventional unless you've got like a special situation. But 99% of the time, VA is the only one that has a residual income calculation. Basically, what's left after you pay all your debts and everything, and it has to be a certain amount based on the area that you lived in, the economy you live in. It has to be a certain amount of money left over for you to qualify for the loan. If you have above a
Because they're
41%,
concerned about the veteran and his overall safety and life, not just can he afford the house. They want to make sure, oh, can he still buy groceries?
yeah, there's a special calculation for that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, is you guys ready? We're gonna wrap this thing up with talking about the market update. We want you guys to know what we're seeing out there, how it's rolling. And Tyson, this thing is turning into a buyer's market. Am I right?
Yeah, we got a bunch of sellers that have just been sitting on the market, and they're getting, I'm not going to say desperate, but they're getting antsy. You know, you go a while without a showing, and then suddenly you get someone interested. They're willing to do a lot more to get the deal done. So, and that's in the buyer's benefit.
Well, and I probably talked to 7 agents this last week, and I just started asking the question because I like to survey. I'm surveying a lot when I'm listening, and I like to survey. And I asked, like, hey, and they're like, oh, I'm so busy right now. I've got this listing, that listing, this listing. I'm like, oh, sweet. You got, 3, 4 listings here, 2 listings there. I talked to one loan officer, but he said, yeah, 2 of his agents that didn't close a listing last year or didn't close a transaction last year actually had listings as well. I was like, oh, wow. So, and then I asked the question, do you got buyers? And they're like, no. And I mean, I know I did have one lady tell me last night that they had a bunch of showings this weekend. So I'm waiting to kind of, my survey mind is waiting for the data to come back on Monday, Tuesday to find out, are they going to look at a financing offer because they wanted cash? And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, ha, 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 there's no cash coming. Sorry. But we'll see. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not always right, but I like to think that I got a pretty good pulse on the market. So I mean, and Tyson, what do you do? Knowing it's a seller's, what do you do with your buyers? I mean, my advice to the buyers is buy right. What do you do?
I started out with buyers more than sellers. And even though I have listings now, I mean, a listing doesn't mean anything if it's not selling, if it's just sitting there. I mean, it's just a sign in the ground in front of it, and you're marketing it, and you're spending money marketing it and everything. But if the market changes like it has, I mean, like I'm looking for buyers right now. I want to help buyers, and that's my favorite thing to do is help vets become homeowners. It's why I'm into this. This is my favorite part. I love the negotiation and writing the offer, and I love walking through the house and knowing that this is the house they want based off how they act, how excited they get. It's the house you spend the most time in. You can look at 5 houses in a day, and the third one you were there for an hour versus 10 minutes, and you know that you go the rest of the day knowing, oh, we're going to offer on a house today. It's so much fun. I really enjoy buyers.
And I heard you say you like the negotiation, and I got to say, you're freaking good at it, right? I mean, because in my mind, I know when I tell you, I'm like, hey, I want to buy right in this market. I want to see where's that bottom line, and you tend to find the bottom line in the people you're negotiating with. Whether that's 20K in closing costs, offering 15 grand low and getting 10 grand in closing costs. I mean, you do it without hesitation all the time. I mean, I won't say you win every time,
no,
but I feel like every time you walk away with, you asked for $1 million and you walked away with 500,000 when you showed up with $50 type thing. You know what I mean? So
it's you never know the response you're going to get, but when it is a buyer's market like it's turning into, it becomes way easier to get those closing costs. And the whole goal is I want my client to pay as little as possible out of their own pocket to get into this home. I want them, because most people don't even start looking for a home until they've got a little bit of money sitting to the side because they know they're going to pay stuff. But if I can leave you with that, I'm all for it. That's like my favorite thing. If I can get someone a brand new roof on a house that they're going to live in for 30 years, that's a win. That's anything you can get to make it less stressful for the buyer and leave them in a situation where they're set up. The last thing I want to do is somebody get the keys to their house and they have no money. They can't go buy furniture or anything. Like, well, I got this box I live in now and my name's on it, but you do anything and I can barely afford to pay it. That's not fun. I don't like that. That's 50 to me. But I really go into every one of these situations with the thought that we're getting the closing costs covered. It really, I think that way, unless somebody says otherwise. They're just like, no, I'll pay my own closing costs. I think I've had one guy say that, and I'm just like, I think he was like an older gentleman. He's kind of more old school. He's just like, I don't want to ask them for any money. I'm going to do it myself. I'm like, we could do this, and it's
natural. You're natural. It's just natural. You're like, I'm telling you, not all agents think that way. It's just natural for you to be like, we're going to have them pay for it. They're selling the house. We'll just have them pay. Not all agents think that way. You know what I mean? That's unique. And if you're to be that, huh?
Go ahead.
To be that nonchalant and confident about it, and you're like, it's just a regular thing you do. It's like brushing your teeth in the morning. Or putting on your pants in the morning. You're going to get closing costs the same way. It's just, that's crazy. That's awesome. So
I love it. I love it. My forms are pre-set up to ask for closing costs. Like they're already filled in. I just gotta go in and adjust the amount. I think it's set at 15K. I open up the forms and they're blank, but several things are filled out and closing costs are filled out at 15K, and then I either got to go in and adjust it or not. But it doesn't say zero, that's for sure.
Doesn't say zero. Dude, my people, listen to me. Call Tyson. You want the deal?
I hate self-promotion. I really do. I have a really hard time with it. I get kind of like, okay, man.
I got you. We got you. The people heard it. They're going to promote it. We're promoting it. We're Real Vets is on it. We're like, yes, this is exactly what
I'm gonna flip the script here. If you're getting a phone call, you bought a house, you're getting a phone call from the guy holding your mortgage about doing a refi. Don't just say yes. Call Tony. Talk to him. He'll kill him. He'll just knock him dead. It'll just be don't refi just because they called you. It's like, hey, we'll save you this. Call Tony. He'll. I have yet to hear of somebody beating him on a refi.
Oh yeah. Yep. Well, unless they get me on a different day, right? Like there could be like someone could lock. If you lock with a lender and then call me a week later and rates have gone up, it's going to be a lot harder for me. But if you call me on the same day, we're going to win. Yeah,
we're talking about apples to apples in the moment, not
same day.
We're not talking about oranges and apples here. So that's that's a whole different scenario. But I think we're basically done with today's podcast.
This was a great one.
I think. Say to everybody.
No, I think. May 30th, 2026. The Veterans Resource Fair at the Tacoma Dome. Starting at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I got my 9-line Veteran Services hat on right now. So come on, be out there. If you swore into the military, you should definitely be at the event that day. Whether or not you want to, be in recreation, you're a fisherman, you need a job, you need disability stuff. We got VSOs on site that will be there to talk to you about disability claims. And I'm telling you right now, I got the best dang VSO in Washington State down at the Tacoma Dome. Named Sean. He's an amazing guy. He just blew my socks off recently with helping a veteran at basically his final hour and got things done before, not to get into too much deal, but before that clock turned, right? He got things done. He had about 12 hours to get it done and he got it all done. That is insane. So yeah, come on down. There'll be an employment fair if you need a job. There's VSOs, there's disability stuff, there's housing, there'll be some real estate, there'll be teeth pulled and haircuts, all the good stuff, and then networking opportunities. Tyson, you coming out that day? I should see you now. I'm sure you'll stop.
I'm definitely going to try to be there. I'm definitely going to try to be there, and I'll probably be wearing this exact outfit. So
there you go. Well, you're going to wear the cape, though? I saw the cape one this morning.
Oh. Did you like that?
I loved
That
it.
was
Actually, I
awesome.
did love
Yeah.
it.
Chat GPT at its finest.
Yeah. All
But
right,
anyways,
guys.
thank you everybody for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.